What about this one? How do you like that? How you like that? Oh, you dodged the bullets, but you missed the splash damage, huh? Oh yeah. What was it? Somebody said, yeah, the guns aren't fun. Um, uh, the guns in this game are dog shit, dude. It's not fun to shoot anything. The guns don't do nothing. Okay. Okay, the guns don't do nothing. You're totally right. They don't do anything. They didn't, like, that gun just did not take that butcher down, right? No, no, the guns don't do nothing in this game. You're right. And repetitiveness. Isn't that like another thing? Oh, well, the missions and all the stuff in the missions is so repetitive. Um, they are repetitive in the way that they get you out there doing one thing, and that's completing an objective and having fun horribly murdering zombies in the process. Yes, they are repetitive that way. Yep. Um, I think, you know, I'm looking back and I'm thinking about like the side missions in Dead Island, and I don't believe that the side missions in this game deviate that far away from the quality of side content in the first game. So it's Dead Island 2 being more Dead Island. It's it's a fully realized experience, but it doesn't have a bunch of fat. It's a very lean experience, and it's up to you. It's up to you to drag it out as long as you want to. Because, you know, when you have an experience like this, the game is not trying to overstay its welcome. You can have as short or as long of an adventure as you want to, and that's what this game offers you. If the game is not forcing you to like you say, like a longer game, like Dying Light 2, you can see the trickle progression, right? How the progression is trickled in because they're there, they want you to be there for a long time. Whether or not you're having a good time, well, that's up to the player, right? They definitely want you to be there for a long time, right? There is this game offers you that as well. You finish the game, and then your character decides to stay in the world, and you have total freedom. I could be here during the day. I could be here at night. I could make this my personal zombie slaying playground for all the time I'm on here today. Or I could go somewhere else and just piddle around, completing quests, doing things my way in my own time. it's it's kind of like how you would want a game to be, right? Right? Not forcing the player to stay in your world, um, but giving them the freedom to stay in your world. And I think that's a huge difference here, in terms of um, bigger games that have a lot of fat on them versus a leaner game that gives you the freedom to stay in its world and enjoy yourself as long as you want to. Big difference. So yeah, yeah, I do. I think that's not re I don't really feel like that's an argument against the game. A game that gives you the freedom to stay as long as you want versus a game that forces you to stay for hundreds of hours. Um, One definitely sounds more appealing than the other. Am I right? So yeah. Yeah, that's another criticism I see for the game. I'm not really sure it's founded. You know, talking about how, like, yeah, having the freedom to stay in the world versus being forced to stay in the world. That's yeah. You're arguing for a game that forces you to stay in the world longer, right? Versus one that gives you the freedom to stay or go or come and go just whenever you want to. That's that's a completely different experience altogether. Um, so yeah, I wanted to address that for real because that's That is totally not a thing. Okay, I know they're trying to make it a thing, but if you actually break it down and you look at it objectively, that's not a thing. Yeah, and of course, again, there's a lot of repetitive activities in the world. Every game has a certain amount of repetitive activities. So I mean, you'd have an easier time finding, you have an easier time getting into the groove of the game because you know what to expect out of certain activities. It's not gonna like I mean, what are you wanting? Are you wanting like Resident Evil level puzzle solving? It's I mean, the, no, in a game full of dumb zombie slaying fun, I don't want Resident Evil level puzzle solving. Not really. All right, and this is coming from someone who, when I was younger, like I really got into the Nancy Drew Mysteries games, and they were, I mean, they were famous for their clue collecting, puzzle solving stuff. I was addicted to those games. Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake will always go down as one of my favorites. Yeah, there you go, random. Um, I don't want complicated puzzle solving in my dumb zombie game. All right, I want dumb zombie fun, and I want cool loot, and I want fun side quests that get me out there to have even more fun killing zombies. That's all this game is trying to offer you, and I think that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's not. Anyway, that's all I got for now. You all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, and don't forget to stay safe out there in LA. And I will catch you on the flip side.